Shooting in
Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
And what a glorious holiday weekend it was, right?
Yes, really nice. It was warm. Overall, couldn't be any better.
Couldn't be.
But we'll continue to be warm with sunshine this week, too.
That's what everybody's talking about. It just keeps going and going and going.
Yes, I love it. So let's take a look now at the temperatures to start. We are starting out in the 50s and even near 60 degrees here this morning. We have 58 degrees in Whitesboro and 60 degrees in Richfield Springs. And we will continue to warm up today with highs reaching the mid-80s. We are dry still on our Yorkville battery, Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar, and we look to continue to be in this dry stretch up until about Friday. So beautiful weather once again this week with sunshine today, tomorrow, Thursday. Even Thursday we'll be pushing 90 degrees, so it does get a lot warmer. Our next chance of showers does come in Friday afternoon. It is possible to see a few pop-up showers and a few pop-up thunderstorms. So for the rest of today, sunshine continues. We'll be in the mid-80s, and I will talk a little bit more about the chance of rain coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. Breaking new details on a terrifying end to the Memorial Day weekend along Hollywood Beach in Florida. Police say a shootout in a crowded boardwalk area has left 9 people injured. Investigators looking for answers. Reporter Alyssa Hyman has the latest.
And we did just get an update from police as well.
Welcome back. This week, we're still seeing warm weather and dry weather, so the pollen count is going to remain high. If you do have allergies this week, it remains high for most of the week. It'll probably fall down to medium once we head into Friday. But if you are going to spend time outside, it's going to be pretty nice out. It's going to get a lot warmer. So both today and tomorrow will be in the mid-80s for the high temperatures, seeing sunshine. Then as we head into Thursday, we actually get really hot. High temperatures are going to be pushing 90 degrees. So it looks to get pretty warm heading into Thursday before some possibly pop-up showers and thunderstorms move in Friday afternoon. So if you do have your garden out, definitely need to water today, tomorrow, Thursday, maybe Friday and Saturday you may need to. It looks like just pop-up showers, so it may not be enough rain to kind of get the garden watered. And at this point, it looks like we probably won't be seeing any more frost for this season. Gary.
Hannah, thanks. Some shocking new video this morning from aboard a Carnival.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Out with some sunshine here this morning. Should be a nice sunrise, and it already is pretty mild outside. Let's take a look now at downtown Utica. Clear skies, not a cloud in the sky here this morning. It's going to be another warm day as high temperatures reach the mid-80s. We're already pretty mild right now. We are mostly in the 50s. We have 58 degrees in Whitesboro and 54 degrees in Westmoreland and Big Moose. And if we take a look to the south, 54 degrees in Cooperstown and Norwich and 57 degrees in Sherburne. Still dry on our Yorkville battery, Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar. We are tracking dry conditions once again for most of this week up until Friday, and a little bit of a breeze today coming out of the south. But we are going to continue to see sunshine today, tomorrow, Thursday. Mostly sunny skies are expected. We'll be in the mid-80s today and tomorrow, near 90 degrees on Thursday. Thursday looks to be the warmest day of the week. Then as we head into Friday, a few clouds will come in because we see the possibility of a few pop-up showers, even some pop-up thunderstorms. That will cool us down a little bit for the weekend, but will still be pretty warm in the upper 70s. So spending time outside, I would say yes over the next couple of days. I would just be careful on Thursday because it is actually going to be pretty hot outside. It may feel a little bit uncomfortable as we reach near 90 degrees. So that's something to keep in mind, but it doesn't look to be humid at all on Thursday. So we are well above average for this time of year. Average high for this time of year is mid-70s, and we'll be in the mid-80s today and tomorrow, near 90 on Thursday. Back in the mid-80s for Friday and in upper 70s for the weekend. So still above average for this time of year and still really warm as this warm weather continues. So on our skycast today at noon, we'll already be in the upper 70s. So already getting pretty warm at that time. We'll be seeing sunshine. Then later we'll be in the mid-80s with sunshine continuing. Tonight we won't won't get too chilly. We'll just fall into the 50s once again, and then we'll continue to see sunshine tomorrow. At noon tomorrow, we'll be already right near 80 degrees, so a little bit warmer tomorrow as our high temperatures reach the mid, possibly the upper 80s. So it is going to get pretty warm once again for tomorrow and especially on Thursday. So for the rest of today, expect sunshine, a little bit of a breeze coming out of the south. We'll reach the mid 80s, and then tonight we'll only fall into the upper 50s. Tomorrow we'll get a little bit warmer, still mid 80s, but it's possible we could reach the upper 80s. And then Thursday looks to be the warmest day of the week, where we do reach near 90-degree temperatures. Our next chance of seeing some rain looks to be Friday, possibly some afternoon pop-up showers or thunderstorms. Doesn't look like a lot, and that could linger a little bit into Saturday, Gary.
We'll need a little bit of rain, but we got to enjoy the sun while it lasts.
Yes, I love the sunshine.
That's
so.
for sure. Hannah, thanks. The time right now is 5:19. Still ahead of us, I'm Gary Libertor.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
And let that sunshine roll. It just keeps going and going and going.
Yes, so we are going to continue to see sunshine for most of this week, and we'll get warmer. We'll be in the mid to upper 80s.
Hot yesterday.
Yes, even especially Thursday this week, we'll be near 90, so warmest day of the week. Let's take a look now at the temperatures to start. We are starting out in the 50s, so already pretty mild. We have 57 degrees in Whitesboro and 59 degrees in Richfield Springs. We are still tracking dry conditions on our Yorkville battery, Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar. We will continue to see sunny skies today, and we'll get even warmer with highs in the mid 80s. So the week continues. It's really nice out this week. It's just going to get pretty hot. We will be pushing 90 degrees heading into Thursday. Our next chance of some rain looks to be Friday afternoon. A few pop-up showers, even pop-up thunderstorms are possible. But for today, we'll be dry with sunshine and we'll reach the mid 80s. I will talk a little bit more about the sunshine continuing this week coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast, never more than 10 minutes away. The race to get the bipartisan agreement.
The Cooperstown Cam is brought to you by Utica National Insurance Group.
Welcome back. We are already pretty mild this morning, 56 degrees being measured at the Griffith Park Airport in Rome. And this week is going to get pretty warm, but I did want to point out that it's not really going to be humid. So it's not going to feel too hot and too uncomfortable outside, but we will get really warm, especially on Thursday. Today and tomorrow will be in the mid 80s, almost near 90 heading into Thursday. We'll drop back into the mid 80s on Friday, and then we will cool down into the weekend with temperatures in the upper 70s, but that's still above average for this time of year. So the warm weather continues, so does the sunshine. It remains mostly sunny through Thursday. We will be seeing our next chance of a few pop-up showers, maybe even a few pop-up thunderstorms Friday afternoon, and that's what cools us down over the weekend. Gary.
A circus performer makes quite a statement as he walks.
Works most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out with some sunshine this morning. It's pretty mild, and it is going to get warm today. Let's take a look at downtown Utica. Should be a nice sunrise to start. We are seeing no clouds in the sky. We are very mild. If we take a look at our local temperatures, most of us are in the 50s. We have 56 degrees in Whitesboro and 53 degrees in Westmoreland. And if we take a look to the south, we have 53 degrees in Cooperstown and in Norwich, with highs today expected to reach the mid 80s. We are still dry on our Yorkville battery, Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar, and we will remain dry today with mostly sunny skies and a little bit of a breeze coming out of the south. The sunshine looks to continue for tomorrow and Thursday as well, with some clouds moving in on Friday because that's our next chance of seeing a few pop-up showers, maybe even a few pop-up thunderstorms in the afternoon on Friday. So we do get really warm. We'll be in the mid 80s today and tomorrow and near 90 on Thursday, but these pop-up showers on Friday cool us down a little bit for the weekend. But overall, still really nice days to spend outside. I would say yes for today through Thursday. It is going to get pretty hot on Thursday near 90, but the good news is that it doesn't look to be humid, so we are not seeing really any humidity yet. We are seeing nice and comfortable humidity, so even though it is pretty warm, it's not feeling too hot with any humidity. So it looks like our temperature is going to be pushing 90 on Thursday. That looks to be the warmest day of the week. We'll be back into the mid-80s Friday and into the upper 70s over the weekend, but still well above average for this time of year. Our average highs in the low 70s for this time of year, so we're way above that for this upcoming week. So on our Skycast today at noon, we'll already be in the upper 70s, so it is going to warm up pretty quickly today with sunshine, and then we'll be in the mid-80s for the high temperature. Then tonight, mild night continues. We'll fall in just into the 50s overnight, and then we'll warm up even quicker tomorrow. At noon tomorrow, we'll already be in the low 80s, near 80 degrees, and then in the mid to upper 80s for the high temperature with sunshine. So for the rest of today, expect sunshine, a little bit of a breeze, but we'll reach the mid 80s, and then we'll just fall into the upper 50s tonight, so we'll remain mild again overnight. Tomorrow we'll get just a little bit warmer, mid to upper 80s are possible. Then on Thursday, we're actually pushing near 90 degrees with sunshine, so it gets pretty hot on Thursday, but we're not seeing any humidity. Our next chance for rain is a few pop-up showers, maybe in a few pop-up thunderstorms Friday afternoon, Gary.
So finally, some rain in the forecast, huh?
Yes, but I like the sun, so.
Well, we're due for a little rain, that's for sure.
Yes.
Hannah, thanks. The time right now is 5:50. Still ahead on Sun. Thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Libertor.
And I'm Swim Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
And what a beautiful Memorial Day weekend we had for all the festivities.
Yes, it was really nice. It was sunny, and we were warm. We were in the 80s.
And it keeps going.
Yes, this week will be warmer. We'll be in the mid-80s, and then pushing 90 for Thursday.
An early summer.
Yes, early summer. I like it.
Yeah.
So let's take a look now at the temperatures to start. We are mostly in the 50s. We have 58 degrees in Richfield Springs and 56 degrees in Whitesboro. So pretty mild to start here this morning. We'll reach the mid-80s today, and we will remain dry. This is our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 at Doppler radar. We will be seeing mostly sunny skies through Thursday. So it is going to get really nice, but it actually gets pretty hot. So we'll be hot on Thursday. We'll reach near 90. But the good news is that we won't be seeing really any humidity just yet. Our next chance of some rain looks to be Friday afternoon. A few pop-up showers, maybe even a pop-up thunderstorm is possible. So for the rest of today, expect sunshine. We'll be in the mid-80s, and I will talk a little bit more about the nice weather continuing this week coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. Breaking new details on a terrifying end to the Memorial.
Welcome back. It is going to be warm and dry this week with some sunshine, so the pollen count is going to be pretty high for today, tomorrow, Thursday. If you do have allergies, make sure you keep that in mind before heading outside. But it's going to be really nice. No humidity. We'll be seeing sunshine for today through Thursday. Mid-80s today and tomorrow, and we'll continue to get warmer. We'll be near 90 on Thursday, so it's actually going to feel pretty hot out. But once again, we won't be seeing any humidity, so it shouldn't feel too uncomfortable outside. Overall, really nice weather continues this week with our next chance of rain being Friday. So if you do have the garden out, probably need to water the plants today, tomorrow, Thursday. I would say maybe for Friday and Saturday. We are going to be seeing a few pop-up showers, maybe even a pop-up thunderstorm on Friday. That may linger a little bit to Saturday, but at this point, it doesn't look like a lot of rain, so you probably still need to water the plants. Gary.
Hannah, thanks. We are seeing some shocking new videos.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Again, this morning we'll be seeing sunshine and we'll reach the mid-80s today. Let's take a look now at downtown Utica. We are starting out with clear skies and sunshine to start already this morning. Not a cloud in the sky, and it is going to get a lot warmer today. We'll reach the mid-80s. Our sky watchers already have us in the 50s this morning, so a pretty mild start. We have 54 degrees in Inlet, Old Forge, and in New Hartford. And if we take a look to the south, we have 51 degrees in Milford and 52 degrees in West Lawrence. Still dry on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We will be dry today with very little cloud cover and a little bit of a breeze coming out of the south, but that sunshine is continuing. Today, tomorrow, Thursday, mostly sunny skies continue. A few clouds coming on Friday because Friday is our next chance of seeing some showers. Pop-up showers are possible in the afternoon, possibly even a few pop-up thunderstorms. So we are tracking that on Friday, and after that we cool down a little bit bit for the weekend, but will still be warm. If you did want to spend time outside, I would definitely say yes over the next couple of days. The only thing is it is going to get pretty hot. On Thursday, we actually be pushing 90 degrees, but the good thing about this is that there's no humidity outside just yet. So we are going to be seeing low humidity. It's not going to feel as uncomfortable as it would feel if it was really humid out, but we are still way above average for this time of year. Mid-80s are expected today and tomorrow, near 90 on Thursday. We'll be back in the mid-80s on Friday, but after a few pop-up showers and thunderstorms, we'll cool down for Saturday and Sunday, but we'll still be in the upper 70s, so it still will be warm and above average for this time of year, with our average high being in the low 70s. So for the rest of today, expect to reach the upper 70s already at noon. We will be warming up pretty quickly, and then we'll be in the mid-80s for the high temperature with some sunshine. Tonight will remain clear, but we stay mild. We'll just fall into the mid-50s once again, and then tomorrow will get warmer. At noon tomorrow, already in the low 80s, and in the mid to upper 80s for the high temperature, seeing mostly sunny skies. So for the rest of today, expect sunshine, a little bit of a breeze out of the south. We'll be in the mid-80s, and then we'll only fall into the 50s overnight. Tomorrow we'll get just a little bit warmer, maybe a couple degrees warmer, and then for Thursday we'll be near 90, so a lot warmer on Thursday, but no humidity. Few pop-up showers and thunderstorms are possible Friday afternoon, and then we'll cool down after that. Gary.
Look at that cool down over the weekend.
Yeah, but it's not that bad. It's still upper 70s.
Yeah, that's for sure. Hannah, thanks. Be sure to like us on Facebook, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Swim Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
And more sunshine today.
Yes, it's going to remain sunny and warm this week. We'll actually be near 90 on Thursday.
It's the Hannah Evans broken record, I think.
Yes.
It just keeps going and going and going.
Yes, and my favorite type of weather. So let's take a look now at the temperatures to start. We are starting out in the 50s, pretty mild, 58 degrees in Richfield Springs and 56 degrees in Whitesboro. And today we'll once again reach the mid-80s. We will remain dry and sunny. This is our Yorkville battery, Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar, and it actually is going to get pretty hot. So tomorrow we'll be in the mid to upper 80s and then near 90 on Thursday. So it is going to feel hot, but we won't be seeing any humidity. So it's going to feel comfortable rather than if it was pretty humid. Then as we head into Friday, a few brief pop-up showers are possible in the afternoon, and a few pop-up thunderstorms are also possible. So for the rest of today, expect sunshine and expect to reach the mid-80s. I will talk a little bit more about the nice weather this week coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. The race to get the
The Cooperstown Cam is brought to you by Utica National Insurance Group.
Welcome back. We are mild this morning, 55 degrees at the Griffith Park Airport in Rome. It's not humid out. It is going to get warm today, though, and it will be warm for most this week, but we won't be seeing too much humidity. So we'll be in the mid-80s for today and mid to upper 80s tomorrow. Thursday looks like the warmest day of the week. That's when we'll be pushing almost near 90 degrees. It's going to be hot, but once again, not humid. And then we do see temperatures drop a little bit on Friday, and then they do drop into the upper 70s over the weekend after some brief showers and brief pop-up thunderstorms come in Friday afternoon. So the sunshine does continue. It's way warmer than average. We're way above average. We'll be in the mid to upper 80s, and our next chance of those pop-up showers and maybe a few pop-up thunderstorms Friday afternoon. Gary.
Hannah, thanks. A circus performer makes quite a statement.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
We are starting out with dry conditions this morning. We will be seeing some sunshine today and we'll warm up to the 80s. Let's take a look at downtown Utica. As we can see, sunshine to start, not a cloud in the sky. We're already pretty mild, and today we'll reach the mid-80s. So our sky watchers have us in the 50s here this morning, 59 degrees already in Deerfield and 57 degrees in Clinton. We're a little bit cooler to the south. We have 51 degrees in Cooperstown and Milford and 50 degrees in in Lawrence and in Morris. But we are dry on our Yorkville battery, storm tracker 2, Doppler radar. A little bit of a breeze coming out of the south, but not really any cloud covers expected today. We are expecting sunshine and we will get really warm. So Nala and her neighbors are super excited about that today. Today, Superman and Alaska are waiting for Nala to come out and join them at the window. So she will today as they sunbathe together and they see the warm weather as we reach the mid-80s. So they're really going to be enjoying that today. We will continue to see sunshine tomorrow and Thursday as well. Some clouds coming on Friday because that's our next chance of seeing a few pop-up showers, maybe even a few pop-up thunderstorms in the afternoon. But for today through Thursday, I would definitely say yes to outside time. It's going to be nice and sunny. It's going to get hot though. We'll be a little bit warmer tomorrow and we're going to push near 90 on Thursday. But the only thing is that we're not going to be seeing any humidity, so it shouldn't feel really too uncomfortable. It's just going to be hot out as we remain way above average for this time of year. Once again, near 90 on Thursday. Back into the mid-80s on Friday as we see a few pop-up showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, and that does cool us down for the weekend, but we'll still be above average. We'll be in the upper 70s over the weekend. The average high for this time of year is the low 70s. So on our Skycast today, we'll warm up really quickly. At noon, we'll be in the upper 70s and the mid-80s for the high temperature with sunshine. Tonight will remain clear, but we remain mild. We'll fall just into the mid to upper 50s, and then tomorrow we'll warm up even more. At noon tomorrow we'll already be near 80 degrees and in the mid to upper 80s for the high temperature, so a little bit warmer tomorrow than today. For today, though, we'll be in the mid-80s with sunshine, a little bit of a breeze, and then tonight we'll fall into the mid-50s. Tomorrow we'll reach the mid to upper 80s, and we'll be near 90 on Thursday, so getting pretty hot, but not humid. We'll see a few pop-up showers, maybe a few pop-up thunderstorms possible Friday afternoon, and then once we head into Saturday, we'll cool down a little bit. We'll be into the 70s. Gary.
What a great week to have off.
Yes, it's really nice this week, so enjoy it.
Yeah, that's for sure. A lot of people will. Hannah, thanks. The time right now is 6:50. Still ahead on Sunday.
From where the news comes first, this is News Channel 2 at 7 a.m. on CW11.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on the CW11. I'm Gary Libertor.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
With a forecast that just keeps going and going and going. It's unbelievable.
Yes, we're going to continue to see sunshine this week and we'll really warm up.
Yeah, heat.
Yes, it's going to be pretty hot, but not humid, which is good.
Yeah, near 90 almost. Wow.
So let's take a look now at the temperatures to start. We are in the 50s this morning. We're warming up quickly, though, so we already have 60 degrees in Whitesboro and Richfield Springs and 54 degrees in Earlville. Still dry on our Yorkville battery, storm tracker 2, Doppler radar. We are tracking dry conditions for most of this week with mostly sunny skies, so it does continue to be really nice. It gets hot, though. We'll be in the mid-80s today and tomorrow, near 90 on Thursday, but so it will be hot. It won't be humid though. We see a few pop-up showers arrive Friday afternoon, maybe a pop-up thunderstorm as well, and that will cool us down a little bit more for the weekend. So for today, expect sunshine and we'll reach the mid-80s. I will talk a little bit more about the warm weather this week coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. Breaking new details on a
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out with sunshine this morning. It's going to warm up today to the mid-80s. Let's take a look now at downtown Utica. Not a cloud in the sky to start. We are already pretty mild as well. If we take a look at what our sky watchers have, we are already in the 50s this morning. 59 degrees in Deerfield and 57 degrees in Clinton. We're a little bit cooler to the south, but still mild, 51 degrees in Cooperstown and in Milford. We are dry on our Yorkville battery, storm tracker 2, Doppler radar, and we will be dry for most of this week. Mostly sunny skies continue today with a little bit of a breeze coming out of the south, but will be warmer. We'll actually reach the mid-80s with sunshine. The sunshine continues through Thursday. We do continue to see some sun on Friday, but that is our next chance of seeing a few pop-up showers, possibly a few pop-up thunderstorms in the afternoon. So we do see some clouds moving in the afternoon, and those pop-up showers are possible. But if you did want to spend time outside for today through Thursday, I would say yes. It's just going to get pretty hot. We'll be a little bit warmer tomorrow in the mid to upper 80s and then near 90 on Thursday. So Thursday it is going to be pretty hot, but it's not going to be humid this week, so it shouldn't feel too uncomfortable as it would feel if it was really humid. So once again, Thursday is our warmest day of the week. We reach near 90. We'll reach the mid 80s on Friday, but then we see those pop-up showers, a few pop-up thunderstorms in the afternoon, and that does cool us down for the weekend, but we're still way above average this week. We'll remain well above average through the weekend, even though what it looks like into the beginning of next week, as our average high for this time of year is just in the low 70s. So for today, we'll reach the upper 70s at noon. We'll warm up pretty quickly, and then we'll reach the mid 80s for the high temperature with sunshine. Tonight will remain mild. We'll only fall into the 50s overnight, and tomorrow will warm up even more. At noon tomorrow, we'll already be right near 80 degrees, and then we'll be in the mid to upper 80s with sunshine for the high temperature. So for the rest of today, expect sunshine, expect to warm up pretty quickly. We'll reach the mid 80s with a little bit of a breeze out of the south, and then we fall into the 50s tonight with clear skies. Tomorrow will be a little bit warmer. We'll reach the mid to upper 80s, so it's a couple of degrees warmer than today. Near 90 on Thursday. Thursday is our warmest day of the week. We see a few pop-up showers and maybe a pop-up thunderstorm coming in Friday afternoon. That does cool us down for the weekend, but we're still above average with sunshine and in the upper 70s.
Forecast. Here is meteorologist Hannah Evans and another gorgeous central New York day out there.
Yes, it is very nice outside, and we are going to get pretty hot as highs reach the mid 80s. But right now, we're measuring 74 degrees at the Griffith Park Airport in Rome with sunshine. We're also seeing calm wind speeds, and this week, although it is going to get warm, it's not going to be humid. Our dew point value is pretty low. So looking at our Mesonet cameras, not a cloud in the sky, another great day with blue skies and sunshine and warmer weather. So the weather will remain really nice for most of this week. We'll be getting pretty hot on Thursday as we reach near 90 degrees, but once again, it's not going to be humid, so it shouldn't feel too uncomfortable outside rather than if we did have really high humidity. Our next chance of some pop-up showers, maybe a pop-up thunderstorm, comes in Friday afternoon, and then that will cool us down for the weekend just a little bit. So for the rest of today, expect the mid 80s with sunshine. I will talk a little bit more about the nice weather this week coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. The TSA reported record traffic.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are tracking sunshine this afternoon, nice blue skies, and we are going to get pretty warm. So let's take a look at downtown Utica. As we can see, not a cloud in the sky at this point. Still seeing really nice weather. It looks to continue for most of this week. And our sky watchers at this point already have us in the mid to upper 70s. We have 75 degrees in Clinton and 76 degrees in Mohawk. So really nice weather at this point. It's feeling nice and comfortable outside with low humidity. And today we look to reach the mid 80s. So we are dry on our Yorkville battery, Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar, and we will be dry for most of this week. Not really any wind at this point, but we may be seeing a light breeze coming out of the south here this afternoon. So Nala and her neighbors today are super excited about the warmth and sunshine. Today, Alaska and Superman are looking for Nala, making sure she's ready to sunbathe through the window, as it will be sunny for most of today, and it's going to be pretty warm as we reach the mid 80s. And if you did want to spend time outside, I would say yes for most of this week. It is just going to get pretty warm. So we'll be in the mid 80s again tomorrow, and then the upper 80s near 90 on Thursday. So although it is going to get hot, you may not want to spend too much time outside, but the thing is, it's not going to be humid, so it shouldn't feel too uncomfortable if you are going to be out for periods of time outside on Thursday. So if you did want to grill or do anything, maybe eat outside, outside, go for a walk, run. Looks really nice this week, but it looks hot. So we'll be in the mid-80s this afternoon. Same thing for tomorrow and near 90 on Thursday. Thursday looks to be the hottest day of the week, so keep that in mind if you do have anything to do. We're well above average for this time of year, and as we head into Friday, still in the mid-80s, but we do see the possibility of a pop-up shower or thunderstorm Friday afternoon, and then that does cool us down just a smidge for the weekend. It still looks nice and warm and well above average for the weekend. So on our skycast here today, we reach the lower to mid-80s with sunshine, and then tonight we only drop into the 50s. It won't get too chilly overnight. Tomorrow will warm up even more, just a little bit more. At noon tomorrow we'll be in the upper 70s and the mid-80s once again for the high temperature. So for today, expect sunshine, expect to reach the 80s, so that warmth does continue today, and tonight we remain mild overnight. The warmth continues tomorrow, and on Thursday, that's when we reach near 90 degrees. There is the possibility for a few pop-up showers and thunderstorms Friday afternoon, and that cools us down just a little bit, but we're still warm over the weekend. Gary.
Hannah, thanks. This Memorial Day weekend was nothing shorter in this half hour. Here is meteorologist Hannah Evans once again.
We are tracking warm weather again today. We are expected to reach the mid-80s with sunshine. Right now we are measuring 74 degrees at the Griffith Park Airport in Rome. It is going to get hot for this week, but we're not going to be seeing any humidity. We have low dew point values at this point and calm winds, so it should feel nice and comfortable outside with beautiful blue skies, very little cloud cover, almost no cloud in the sky. A really pleasant afternoon as we reach the 80s. So beautiful weather continues this week. It does get hot. We'll be pushing near 90 degrees on Thursday, but like I said, no humidity, so it shouldn't feel that bad outside. And we do see a few pop-up showers, maybe even a pop-up thunderstorm come in on Friday afternoon. So for today, expect sunshine. We'll reach the mid-80s, and I will talk a little bit more about this warm weather coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. The NTSB has now been called in to investigate Sunday.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are tracking sunshine, beautiful blue skies, and we'll reach the 80s today. Let's take a look at downtown Utica. The sunshine and the warmth continues. As we can see, not a cloud in the sky. We are seeing clear blue skies and low humidity, so it's not feeling too hot outside. Our sky watchers have us mainly in the mid-70s already. 75 degrees in Clinton and 76 degrees in Mohawk, with high temperatures today reaching the lower to mid-80s. But once again, it's not going to be humid, so it is going to feel pretty nice outside with some sun. Here is our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We are tracking dry conditions continuing today. No wind at this point, but a little bit of a breeze is possible to come in from the south. Overall, really pleasant day to spend outside. I would definitely spend outside time today, tomorrow, Thursday. It's going to be really nice over the next couple of days. I did want to point out, though, it's going to get pretty warm on Thursday. So tomorrow will be in the mid-80s again, and then near 90 on Thursday. So although it is going to get pretty hot, it's not going to be humid. So that really makes it feel a lot hotter when it's humid. It's not going to feel humid, so it shouldn't feel too bad outside. But once again, it is going to get pretty hot. If you did want to eat outside, I would say yes, maybe grill. But once again, really warm on Thursday as we reach near 90. And we are tracking sunshine for the next couple of days, today, tomorrow, and for Thursday. We do see the chance of some pop-up showers, maybe in a pop-up thunderstorm Friday afternoon. So that comes in on Friday. Otherwise, most of the day will be sunny with just these few passing showers. And then that cools us down just a smidge for the weekend. But we're still well above average into the weekend. We'll be in the upper 70s. So today on our Skycast, we will reach the lower to mid-80s with some sunshine. And then tonight, we remain clear but mild with a low just in the mid-50s. Tomorrow, we'll warm up just a little bit more. At noon tomorrow, we'll be in the upper 70s, and then we'll be in the mid-80s for the high temperature with sunshine. So for today, expect the sun to continue. A little bit of a breeze is possible from the south. We reach the mid-80s, and then we only fall into the mid-50s tonight. Tomorrow, we see temperatures a little bit warmer. We'll be in the mid-80s again. Near 90 degrees comes in on Thursday with some sunshine, so getting pretty hot but not humid. And then our next chance of a passing shower, possibly a passing thunderstorm, comes in Friday afternoon. Gary.
Hannah, thank you. On Monday, Memorial Day ceremonies across.
Now for a first look at the forecast tonight, we bring in Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis, back from some well-rested. You're looking great. How is the forecast? Wait, let me guess. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and you know what? This would have been a great week to take off, too. I know a lot of people were enjoying that. Yeah, right? We're looking at some really nice weather. Unless you're going out and running, then it's not going to be so nice. It's a warm evening, and if you are going to be joining us for Go the Distance tonight, stay hydrated. Temperatures will be in the upper 70s to low 80s. We have light winds, but again, it is looking to be a nice evening. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It stays dry. Current temperature is 84. But it's a dry heat. Dew point's 51. That means it's also going to cool off very quickly this evening. Our weather headlines, it's going to be beautiful throughout the course of this week. It looks like we're going to push 90 degrees on Thursday, but again, it's not going to feel like a 90-degree day in the middle of summer just because it won't be as humid, but still, some very warm weather ahead. Next chance of rain Friday, and boy, could we use it. This evening, sunny skies, temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s. We're taking a look at our next chance of rain again on Friday, and also what the pollen is doing these days. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Oneonta Middle School.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Beautiful weather is going to continue. It does come with a little bit of a cost. Number one, it's been very dry lately, so your grass is thirsty, but guess what? The pollen's not going anywhere. We're looking at high levels of pollen over the next several days, and yes, the grasses are showing up despite the lack of rainfall. We expect pollen to stay pretty high throughout the course of this week, and again, it's really just changing. As we get closer into the summer season here, again, grasses are now becoming more dominant compared to earlier in the springtime. But again, the bottom line is if you do suffer from these types of allergies, it's going to be a rough week. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's dry, it's sunny, it's just a beautiful day. Here's a time lapse of our downtown camera over looking downtown Utica to the east. And again, just no clouds in the sky, just a couple of them here and there. But you can see the flag waving, just an absolutely gorgeous day. Wanted to give a shout out to the young ones, the kindergarten class at Columbus Elementary School. Got a chance to visit them, and I want to make sure we get all of their faces in this picture, so I'll step out. We had a great time, and they got a chance to meet Sky. And Sky wasn't able to stay awake the whole time. A lot of kids, a lot of fun. She's also had quite a week. Me being on vacation, not a vacation for her. Temperatures are going to be warming up over the next several days. We'll be close to 90 on Thursday. That looks to be the warmest day of the week. In fact, we'll still be in the upper 80s on Friday, so some very warm weather ahead. But notice the overnight lows. At least we get a chance to cool off at night. That's usually not the case in the summer. We will cool off by the weekend and into early next week. So if you're not a fan of upper 80s, there will be some changes by the time we head into the weekend. Big dome of high pressure over us, and not much changes here over the next several days. Temperatures will, again, change quite a bit with the dry air in place. We'll drop down into the low 50s tonight, clear skies. Tomorrow, it warms up very fast. We'll be into the upper 70s by lunchtime, and then into the mid-80s in the afternoon. Tomorrow night, again, the same idea. We'll cool off quickly. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 50s. Thursday, a very warm day. By 8 o'clock in the morning, temperatures near 70. We'll climb into the well into the 80s here as we get into Thursday afternoon. Again, I think we might be able to hit 90 if we can get enough sunshine here by later in the day. Clear tonight down to 53. Tomorrow, sunshine. Temperatures climb into the mid-80s. Stern Tracker 2 7-day forecast. The weather remains very warm through the end of the week. A very small chance of a pop-up shower or storm late Friday. That's also the right for missing children. I think most of the event will be dry. But a backdoor cold front arrives Friday evening. It lingers into early Saturday, and it cools us off. Next week, we start seeing temperatures cooling down. Some much-needed rain in the forecast by Tuesday, and we're going to be talking about the lack of rain coming up in the next half hour.
All right, that's not a good thing sometimes.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Bill. Well, as the unofficial Chief Meteorologist, Bill Curtis.
Yeah, we're tracking and talking about rainfall. We have had very little rain in the past week. The last time it rained was last Wednesday, and then you go back before that, it was the first week of May. Did a little bit of digging here and looked at some of the numbers. For this time period in May, this is one of the driest stretches of weather the last 3 weeks that we've had here in central New York. So while many of us like and enjoy sunny, dry days, this type of weather does have consequences. It's not just your lawn drying up, but this is starting to have an impact across the area, especially for farmers. And so we are going to continue to keep a very close eye on things. I think we're going to start to get out of this pattern, this really dry pattern, beginning this weekend. We should start to get some rainfall on a more consistent basis. Again, great weather though. Otherwise, we're looking at sunshine. If you're taking the dog out for a walk this evening, it is going to be absolutely beautiful. A very warm evening, sunshine. Tonight's featured dog is Bo from Utica. And if you want to be a part of this, head to Facebook. Just search for Bill's Buddies. Again, dry weather, looking quiet on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. This evening, temperatures will drop pretty quickly. We'll drop into the 70s after sunset. Again, tracking our next chance of rain in the extended outlook, and that's coming up. Jason, back to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. This Memorial Day weekend was...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. A lovely evening ahead. Clear skies, giving us an opportunity to spot the International Space Station. Tonight it flies by at 9:24. This is the last time that we'll see this for the next several weeks. It changes orbit, which means it won't be as visible. And in fact, it'll probably take about 3 to 4 more weeks before we get a chance to see it in the evening times. So tonight is it. It flies by at 9:24. It's visible for 6 minutes. And it makes a pretty high pass above the horizon, so it should be pretty bright. And again, skies are expected to be clear. And if you haven't seen this before, it's worth your time. It happens pretty quickly, though. You won't miss it. If you look up in the sky, basically, it looks like a very fast-moving, bright object. This is a time lapse of our CAV Tower Cam. And again, it's just been a very quiet day. Plenty of sunshine throughout the course of the afternoon. We're going to hold on to clear skies this evening. It's a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Winds will be very light over the next couple of days. The weather is going to get very warm. In fact, we'll be pushing the upper 80s by Thursday and Friday. When we really want a breeze, we don't get one. And it looks like the breeze will be back with us on Saturday as the weather begins to change. Our temperatures are in the 80s for most areas. Barneveld 80 degrees, Schuyler 84, Old Fort 79, Curtis Corners 78 across the southern valleys. Paynes Hollow 84, Richfield 85, Cassville 83, and Milford Mark checking in with a temperature of 80 degrees. We've got a big dome of high pressure in control of our weather. It's serving as a blocking pattern in the atmosphere. That means things aren't moving very much. It's going to take a backdoor cold front to finally break this pattern down. That means colder air approaching from the northeast, which is an unusual direction. Usually weather patterns move from west to east. But this type of front's going to move in from the east, and that'll be taking place late Friday. Until then, it's a snooze cast here. At least it's going to be very quiet weather, very nice weather. We'll cool off into the 50s tonight. We'll climb into the 80s heading into tomorrow afternoon. We're looking at relatively low humidity throughout this stretch. Tomorrow night, temperatures drop down into the 50s. And then Thursday, we might hit 90 degrees in the afternoon. If we get enough sunshine, I think we'll get a close shot to do that here. Another chance to get into the upper 80s on Friday. So very warm, if not hot weather, is in the extended outlook. Clear skies tonight down to 53. Tomorrow, sunshine, a beautiful day, but very warm, 86 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast, 90 Thursday, a very warm day Friday. It's the ride for missing children. It looks like we could have a late day thunderstorm or shower, and that would be very late in the evening time as a cold front drops in from the northeast. Saturday, showers possible in the morning. Dry weather Sunday and Monday. It does cool down. Temperatures in the upper 60s looking ahead to Tuesday. We'll be right back.
For a first look at your forecast at 6, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
So we're tracking some beautiful weather. It's been very dry, but it's going to get very warm here as we head into the end of the week. In fact, we could be close to 90 as we head into Thursday. Should we hit 90, that would be the first that we do this year. And in a typical year, we average about 5 to 6 days. So we're going to keep an eye on that. A very, very warm day, a hot day. Not quite as humid as we would see in the middle of summer, but still getting to 90, certainly unusual, but not all that unusual as we head into June. As we look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, it's dry. Current temperature is 84. We've got very low humidity. Relative humidity is 32%. Beautiful weather continues this week, pushing, again, 90 degrees on Thursday. We really need the rain. Our next chance looks to be late Friday. We'll take a closer look at that. Sunny skies this evening, temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s. Again, tracking some warm weather ahead. Look at your forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Oneonta Middle School.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. An absolutely gorgeous day today. Lots of sunshine. Got very warm, too. We made it into the mid-80s. And that's the kind of weather that's going to stick around throughout the week. Let's talk about allergies. The allergy levels are very high, and we've seen changes in what's in the air. Now we're getting into the grasses. So even though it's been really dry, your lawn is really thirsty, it's still producing a lot of pollen, and the levels stay very high as we head throughout the course of this week. Speaking of rainfall, I do want to just address this for a moment here. We have not had very much rainfall, obviously, in quite some time. Our last meaningful rainfall was on Wednesday, and then before that, you have to go to the early part of May. And looking through some of the statistics, this has been one of the driest 3 weeks of the end of May that we've had here in central New York. It does look like we'll have some chances for relief as we head into the weekend and early next week, but it does have consequences. I know a lot of folks like the warm, dry weather, but it is starting to impact the area, not just your lawn, but also farmers are starting to have some issues here too. Again, a live look outside, looking nice and dry. It should be beautiful weather for one of the last showings of the International Space Station locally. Tonight, the flyby is 9:24, visible for 6 minutes. Makes a pretty high pass above the horizon. This will be the last time to have a good view of it. As it changes its orbit, we won't be able to see it in the evening time for the next several weeks. So take advantage of the nice weather, clear skies, and comfortable weather right after sunset. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, looking dry. I also wanted to give a shout out to Columbus Elementary School, the kindergartners today. I'm going to step out of the screen here. I know their parents, their grandparents may be watching tonight. Got a chance to visit them. Brought Sky along for the visit, and the kids enjoyed it. Sky, on the other hand, kind of ran out of energy towards the end, took a nice nap before we left. Schuyler, 84 degrees, Mohawk, 81, Curtis Corners, 78. Again, a very warm and pleasant evening. Richfield, 85, Westford checking in. Dave with 77 degrees. A big dome of high pressure continues to drive our weather. Not much changes here for the next couple of days. It's dry, it's sunny here up until Friday. Now looking at temperatures tonight that drop into the low 50s. Tomorrow, beautiful day. We warm up quickly. We'll climb into the mid 80s in the afternoon. And again, the weather remains dry here through the end of the week. Clear tonight down to 53. Tomorrow, again, beautiful day, sunny, 86 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. I think we get close to 90 on Thursday. A dry heat. I know it's not going to help, but it does. I mean, it won't feel like it would be, say, in July or August. Ride for missing children. We are watching the end of the day, maybe a few showers and thunderstorms heading towards the evening time.
But 89, and this is something to remember, if they're making a stop, if the ride is making a stop at your children's local school, make sure you send them to school with some sunscreen because they're going to be outside cheering everybody on. You did that ride for a long time. You know how many kids come out for that. Yeah. And you need to be sunscreen and water.
Stay hydrated for sure.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Bill. Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6, Herkimer College baseball. Time now for a first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. We could hit 90 on Thursday?
It's going to get close. It just depends on how much sunshine we get and also really if the humidity stays low enough. This is a little bit of a different type of heat. It's a dry heat, which means the drier it is, the hotter it gets. And that's what we're going to be watching here for Thursday. Before we get there, though, We have a couple of comfortable nights ahead of us. In fact, one of the benefits of low humidity is that it allows temperatures to cool off. It's dry, it's nice and clear on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, and it will stay like that for the next couple of days. We really could use the rain. We're not expecting to get it anytime soon. Our current temperature is a comfortable 70 degrees. We're continuing to cool off rapidly after making it into the 80s this afternoon. I encourage you to open up the windows tonight, air out the house, looking at comfortable conditions across the area, and temperatures again look to drop into the low 50s with clear skies across the region. Now, we're looking at our next chance of rain in the extended forecast. We're also watching the East Coast. There's a little bit of wildfire smoke that may try to impact our local weather here later in the week, and I got more on that coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. The entity fighting
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Nice quiet night across central New York. Comfortable, cooling off quickly. Hopefully you get a chance to cool down the house tonight. Tomorrow night, you might not want to leave the windows open, and I'll explain why in just a second. It's a live look at our Oneonta tower camera. Weather is looking nice tonight. Allergies are high. That's one reason maybe to keep the windows closed. They're going to stay high here over the next several days, and now that we're getting into early summer, as we're approaching the summer season, it's grasses that are now becoming the dominant pollen in the air, and we're looking at high levels of pollen here for the next several days. As you can imagine, with the dry weather, not much to wash out pollen in the air these days. So you look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, all is quiet across the region. The temperatures are going to be very warm this week. In fact, I think we can hit 90 on Thursday, just depending on how much sunshine we get. We're going to stay warm here through the end of the week, but then a cold front arrives on Friday night, and that is going to be our next chance of some much-needed rain. We have not had much rainfall. In fact, the last 3 weeks have been some of the driest stretches of weather that we've had here in central New York for that time period. And again, as we head into the weekend and early next week, there will be some opportunities to see some much-needed rainfall. Now, I'm watching a plume of smoke that has developed today from wildfires in Nova Scotia. Right now, that smoke is in New England, so why even talk about it? Well, the winds over the next several days are different. They're moving from east to west. It's a very subtle wind. And we have to watch what happens with that wildfire smoke, because unlike the last time that we've seen wildfire smoke locally where it was higher in the atmosphere and it wasn't affecting air quality, this has the potential of making it near the surface. Now, it's going to be tomorrow night and Thursday morning that the winds could carry some of that smoke in from the southeast, in from New England. And right now, we're going to be on the fringe of this. So something to watch closely. This could potentially affect air quality again Wednesday night into Thursday, and I'm going to have an update on this here tomorrow night on the progress of this. Again, it's just something to watch. So you look at the bigger picture, we've got high pressure in control of our weather. Again, that easterly wind and just generally quiet weather will continue here over the next couple of days. Tonight we drop down into the 50s. Tomorrow we warm up quickly. We're going to do this again here for the next couple of days. Clear tonight down to 53. Tomorrow, sunshine, 86 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Ride for Missing Children is Friday. We have to watch Friday evening. A backdoor cold front drops in that could spark a late day shower or storm. Also an early shower is possible Saturday. It does cool off. Temperatures in the 70s on Sunday and Monday and into the 60s as we look ahead to Tuesday. We'll be right back.
Bill and I will pay our bills. In fact, we're going to pay the cooling bill. We're electricity, 90 degrees possibly this week.
Yeah, and it's early to see 90 degrees. Not the earliest, but early. And also, too, we just want to talk about the averages here.
Okay.
5 to 6 times a year we hit 90. Very early to do this for Thursday. One of the reasons why is there's a lot less humidity, so the air temperatures can swing a lot more. And
right.
We've been seeing that over the past several nights. Now we're on the downward trend, so we're cooling off quickly. But as we move into tomorrow morning, that also means we warm up very quickly. Nice and dry out there on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, although we really do need the rain. We're running behind by a lot. In fact, very dry stretch of weather here for the past 3 weeks is starting to cause some issues, especially with farmers. Temperatures are cooling off. We're 67 degrees. Our dew point's 50. So again, it's just really dry outside. Winds are calm, clear skies. Leave the windows open going to bed tonight. Overnight lows will drop down into the 50s. So you do get a chance to cool off the house before it starts to warm up again tomorrow. Another warm day tomorrow, but the weather's going to be cooling off as we head into the weekend. Look at the forecasts coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. The entity fighting a legal battle over
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. A wonderful night, at least a much more comfortable night across Central New York. A very warm day today, but it is a lot more comfortable now. It's a live look outside overlooking Oneonta. Temperatures are going to continue to cool off this evening. We'll drop down into the low 50s. The allergies are going to remain pretty high, so if you suffer from these, maybe opening up the windows tonight, it's not always the best option here. The levels will remain high throughout the course of this week. Grass, walnut, hickory, some of the culprits in the air. We've really needed the rain. I know the nice weather and the sunshine is great for a holiday weekend, a long holiday weekend, but we're running behind on rainfall. The last 3 weeks have been some of the driest for this point in May that we've experienced here in Central New York. Last time we had rain was Wednesday. Before that, you had to go back to early May. We sure could use some rainfall. We're not in a drought yet, but it's been very dry, and it is having an impact on area farmers, and also the water table is getting lower. We do have a few chances for rain in our future here. It looks like the next chance is going to be late Friday. And then another chance here as we head into early next week. Quiet conditions on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's very warm this week. Again, close to 90 Thursday, 89 Friday. Some cooler weather starts to arrive as we head into the weekend. Something to watch here over the next couple of days. There was a big wildfire that broke out in Nova Scotia, and the wind has carried that smoke westward. In fact, it's affecting New England tonight. We have to watch this because the winds could carry some of this smoke into our area tomorrow night and early Thursday. This is the projection of where some of that smoke could land. And I know we talked about smoke a lot earlier this month from Alberta. That was very high in the atmosphere. This time around, this smoke could make it to the surface, so this could affect air quality. Again, this would be for tomorrow night and into early Thursday. We'll keep you posted with this. We do have to watch this pretty closely. And you will be hearing a lot more about this on a national level because the smoke right now along some of the major cities. High pressure in control of our weather. It stays dry. We'll cool off a lot at night. We'll warm up a lot during the day over the next several days. Clear tonight down to 53. Tomorrow, sunshine. Temperatures climb into the mid-80s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. 90 on Thursday. Sunny skies. The Ride for Missing Children Friday. We have to watch late in the day for the possibility of a pop-up shower or storm. There's a cold front moving in. Before that cold front arrives, it's another very warm day. 89 for the high. A shower is possible early Saturday. The weather is cooler as we get into the weekend. Sunshine Sunday and Monday. Some chances for rain.